morning now. It's almost 10 o'clock and I slept super well in this tent. The wind calmed down quite a bit. There were only just a few more gusts throughout the night. And I was so comfortable. When the gusts came, I didn't even feel it. I can hear them, but in the tent I didn't feel anything. It's super solid. It just feels super calm in here. I just wanted to show you the back ventilation real quick. So we saw this triangle before, and it has the mesh pot separate, and then you can close it completely. But what I wanted to show you is actually the big gap you have between your inner tent and your outer tent. So unless the wind just comes completely crazy from this direction, these should never touch, and condensation really shouldn't be a problem getting into your tent. One thing you can do is attach stakes on these 2 points. I showed those earlier yesterday, but they will prevent the tent from bending down. That's pretty cool. I close this up. I'm gonna start closing everything up again, closing all the zippers so nothing breaks when I pack it up. My sleeping bags worked well. They kept me warm. I didn't get tangled up in 2 bags. Everything looks really good still. One thing I also wanted to note is there in the back you see this big gap, and that's because of the way I had to attach the tent to the blocks. They're actually, the corners are actually lifted up quite a bit because of the way I did the string. But I think once I do this on the ground and use stakes, there won't be any gap at all here, much like this corner here where there's very little space between the ground and the tent floor and the rain fly. So I assume it's going to be the same there, and the wind's not going to get in here quite as easily. But I guess I'll find out next weekend. I can't wait. And this is the gap I just mentioned earlier, because of the way this is raised up so high. It doesn't pull down the rain fly really well. And that's why I had a lot of wind coming in from the bottom here and just blowing up the tent like a sail almost. But I think that will be a little bit better in the future. It's time to wrap it up, to pack my tent away, and if it needs drying, I'm gonna do that somehow. We'll see how it goes. But it was a lot of fun. I just want to show you real quick everything that I'm going to do to pack it away. So let's get started on this one. It's important to close up all of the zippers again. The vents, the inside here. I closed up this vent as well. Closing up this zipper too. If they're open, you might risk damaging the tent in some way. If you close all of the zippers, you can prevent that. Do the door as well. We actually have the mosquito door first. It might be too tight now. All of the tightening I did yesterday. So let me loosen this up a little bit. I got the door closed now. I had to loosen these up for sure. Let's see if I can try and show you this one-handed. So it has this kind of stopping system here. and I just pull it out of there. And then you can loosen it. And you just do that on all of the guy lines and the corners as well, because when you pitch the tent, you want to make sure that everything is at maximum. I think I'm just going to take it inside now and lay it out a little bit to dry, and it might be a wrap for now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I encouraged you to try this out yourself and maybe to go out and try a little bit of winter camping yourself, because it's a lot of fun. It's an adventure on a completely different level. You just have to be prepared, you have to have the right gear, you have to stay warm and safe in your shelter. And those are probably some of the things that you should consider spending a little bit more money on and research on for sure, because that's what's going to keep you safe and alive out there when you're out camping. It's not quite as big of a deal if you go out in the summer and you get into a rainstorm. You'll be dry after a while. But not when you're out winter camping and you might face hypothermia or something like that. So be safe out there, have fun, and go out on adventures with your friends or by yourself.